Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry, I know I should have had your guys' reading out a few days ago, but I am actually really sick again. And I actually don't feel better today, but I'm bored from laying down. If it sounds, oh, I just bit my tongue. Where I had already bit my tongue. That fucking hurt. I you know when you fall asleep and you fall asleep weird, and, like I fell asleep biting the side of my tongue. When I woke up, it was hurting, and now it's all like messed up, and I just bit it again. Anyway, so let's just get into it. Though physically, I'm not. I can't do anything else. I feel like shit. But spiritually, I can do this. Oh my gosh. I did these upside down. That's okay. At least I did them all upside down instead of just... Okay, I promise I will get your message out. Yeah. Virgos, by the way. Virgos. Oh my gosh. Virgos. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Virgos, we got stars in the sky, limitless possibility. And you know what I heard? I heard that Eminem song. Is it Eminem? Is it? In the night sky, like shooting stars. I could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Almost like you're wishing on a star, but you have multiple possibilities. What movie was that? I don't remember what movie it was, but I know, they're painting a picture, like not on a canvas or on a paper or anything. They're doing it like on the actual 3D. Oh, I just remembered what it was. Bruce Almighty. Oh, Bruce Almighty. I don't know if you guys remember, if you've seen it, but there's a scene where he first gets his godly powers, and don't mind my cat. He's pissed. He's pissed too. And he pulls the moon forward to like make it more romantic. So he lassos the moon, kind of like that movie. Yeah, and then he touches stars to like highlight them. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's almost like, okay, you're deciding. And then with 51 here, which is 6, it's giving like the six of cups, almost like alignment or childhood, something you wished for when you were younger, maybe something that you wanted when you were young. Maybe with somebody that you've known for a while, maybe somebody that's a soulmate. Yeah, stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. It's feeling like you're making a wish on a star with the root girl, which is 46, which would be 10. So I'm feeling like you're coming to the end of a cycle, end of a you're coming to the end of a specific lesson. I don't feel like this is the end of a book for you. This might just be the end of a chapter or even a part 2, if that makes sense. The disowned self. It's giving that you don't know who you are anymore. You've lost all sense of who you once thought you were, what you believed in. And that's absolutely fucking perfection, because once we forget who the fuck we were, that's when you actually start to learn who you really are. When we start to unlearn all the false programmings, all the false ideas, all the trauma that our parents passed on to us, that, friends, family, that we came in, even the world itself, right? With movies, and this is how it should be, and this is how that should be, and all this false programming. Just imagine yourself with a blank computer and they start you up and then they just feed you all this bullshit, and where you kind of don't really know anything else, so you kind of believe that and live your life through that until you're finally like, let's say you get a virus and you're like, wait, what is this? I don't get this. I don't understand. And I believe it was Carl Jung that says the highest form of learning is unlearning, right? It's unlearning what's truth and what's not truth. And I feel like right now you're with the disowned self. It feels like you are you feel like you don't even know. You're almost like it feels like an empty shell. Even though I feel like me being sick and pushing through for you guys. I do feel like you guys are having health issues. So that could be the case. Um, Whenever you have, and I say this specifically for you Virgos, because I've dealt with a lot of Virgos in my life, and you guys are bullheaded assholes that like to like push through, even when your body is saying no. So, or even when your mind or your emotional space, you guys always kind of, and this isn't like everybody, but a lot of the Virgos that I've seen, they will straight up go to work sick. When I tell you that I will not, I will quit my job before I stress myself out to go to a job that makes me either choose my health or money, or like not even money, because it's not even about the money. Sometimes it's about the fact that jobs don't give a fuck about you. If you drop dead tomorrow, they'll just get two more to replace you and they'll pay them lower. You know what I mean? It's about like understanding that most people don't give a shit about you. Nobody can take care of you like you can, right? Yeah, with the magician sword. Sorry guys, I'm sorry, but because I think I might even be like warm, I might be even having like a little bit of a fever, but like I said, I've been sick for 3 days, plus I got like my Red Sea. So, and then like my autoimmune condition, so it's like a trifecta of shit. And I have literally slept for like and laid in bed for 3 hours. I'm like so bored. Like I almost bit my tongue. I'm bored, but this is different. First of all, I'm not using physical energy. I'm using spiritual energy, which that I have an abundance of. If you told me go and clean up my kitchen, I'd be like, fuck you. But I'm not doing that. That's physical exertion. I promise you, I can speak. Like I know I my my English is pretty decent. There's a need to be confident in your magic. I feel like you guys have a lack of confidence, not only in your magic, but in who you are. I just got like really sad. I just got like really sad. I think you had your self worth plugged into parts of your identity that weren't actually real, and I think you've lost parts of those like that the parts of that identity, and it's made you depressed, like you're worthless because you feel like if you can't do that, then you can't do anything, which is kind of like one of those false programmings that are the ones I'm talking about, because you're not attached to things, people, places, or things. You have value just as being born. Um, Let me use money for example. Like people think that if the more money they have, they place their value in money or being able to make money. Money is fake. Money is not real. Yes, we have to make it, and money can be used for great things. But the truth is that you could not have money and still be able to do amazing things. Amazing things that even people with millions of dollars can't do, right? Um, I know that the higher people right now with more money, I'm talking about like the higher ends, are doing shit for people. And then the people with like, you know, mid millionaires are trying to do more for people that are in like hundreds of B's and hundred and like T's, if you guys know what I'm talking about, right? And it's because they understand that it's not about the money. It's not about money. Like they actually give a shit about people outside themselves. It's about what you can offer. And sometimes if you can't offer money, um, you can offer other things. Like especially Virgos, you guys are very earthy. You guys are so good at like earthy things. With the flow, yeah, right. There's a need. There's a need, but I also feel like you guys are starting to give into the flow. And the more you give into the flow, I apologize right now because I can already tell it's not gonna stop. Okay, it's just gonna keep going. Yeah, actually, I do think that some of this energy might be your guys's, and so I'm being shown how you guys feel. Because now that I'm getting through half the reading, I don't know if you guys felt that lift, but my throat is better, my head is a little bit clearer, and I feel better. You guys feel like you guys have like ascension symptoms, which I do carry an oil for. It feels like the flu. I just saw 1111, so yeah. You guys might be having a lot of essential symptoms, a lot of headaches, migraines, ear ringing, both sides, dizziness, stomach issues, because I just felt like gagging right now, and now it's gone. Um, tightness of chest, anxiety, heart palpitations. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I would go get checked if you guys are having issues. Just to make sure that you are actually sick. And if they can't find anything, then I just know that when I was going through my dark night of the soul, even now, it's not as bad. Honestly, I'll be honest, it's not as bad. But that is how it feels. Excuse me. And then at the bottom we have winter's dream, gestation period. Yeah, so it feels like right now you guys are going into a cocoon. Percy, no. He's gonna drop that plate. That's my fault. You guys are going into a gestation period where you guys are. You guys know. You guys are going into. He's gonna cross. You guys are going into a cocoon period where you guys are starting to gestate. Remember, gestating is when, for instance, you get pregnant. If you're a man, when a woman gets pregnant and the whole 9-10 months she's gestating, that's a gestation period, meaning she's growing. The egg is in gestation period. When you're in a cocoon, you're in a gestation period. It's molding into something else. So that's kind of what you're going through right now. Okay. And remember, when even though you might not be pregnant, especially for men, obviously, but you still not only go through that period of gestation, um, but you have the symptoms of being pregnant, and that's literally what I just felt like. I felt like I was pregnant, and that could I no, unless my name was Mary. No. Winter's dream. Yeah, I feel like this winter period, you guys are going to be gestating and basically straightening out, strengthening, um, again, still unlearning, disconnecting from what you believe, what you were, or what you believed to be, or what you thought were your whatever it is that made you believe what it was, right? You're unlearning all of those traits and you're starting to learn yourself. I just got that movie, The Runaway Bride, and they even I think they talk about Brad Pitt, that he's like this, and if you go through it, you can kind of see it. I actually know like a couple people that every time they get with someone, they kind of like don't hold on to their values. They kind of like become like them and start like um they're a little bit moldable and meable and a little too like go with the flow, and that's not great, especially when you're being led down the wrong path. You should stand for something or you'll fall for anything. That's the truth. um and so I feel like you're starting to become firmer in your beliefs and understanding what your actual beliefs are, not just what you've been told. I still feel a little bit dizzy. Where are my cards? Right here. All right. Shit. Okay. Clarifying stars in the sky. You got heart. Uh, yeah, you have a desire for something that brings you fulfillment. Um, you feel like this. Apparently, this is something romantic for you guys because it's showing heart, love, passionate, something that you care about very much. And then there's forgiveness here. So maybe 24 and then J, the initial J, 24 and J. It has a heart. You see that at the top. The 24th of June, 24th of July, just the number 24, then the letter J, I don't know. So you remember at the beginning how I said like when Jim Carrey had like chosen certain stars, it's almost like you had already, and I think I already said this, but just in case, because I'm not all here today. It's almost like you've picked out your stars and you said, this is what I want. And there's something here that you want that seems to be something about a reconciliation. And with the Six of Cups, where was it? Where was it? With the, I don't even know where the hell it's at. Where did I see that card? I don't know where it's at. Okay. Yeah, it's the first one. It's a six. This could have been somebody from your past that you had maybe a fallout. Maybe there was something that you need to apologize for. And then clarifying the root girl, the disowned self. You got double rainbow, divine intervention. Yeah, so this was something. There was something that you chose here, and I don't know why, but I'm hearing it has something to do about money. You guys made a wrong choice. There was a divine intervention though here. There was a something that someone came in and caused a divine intervention. You were about to go down a route that um was actually, I think it was bad anyway, but it was going to be worse. But because you had almost like a north star guiding you, this allowed you to ascend, and it came in at the perfect timing. It was very serendipitous. This allowed you to get codes and downloads that you wouldn't have beforehand had. Now I feel like my nose is running, and I was fine. Promises kept. This is a promise that you made in a past life to somebody. Duality, as above, so below. There's a need for the inside to match the outside, and this is something that you've decided that you want to go after. Remember, even if we decide that we want something, it doesn't necessarily mean you can have it, especially depending on what you've done in the past. People have free will, and that's why you were able to decide to do something else and make your decisions, right? So anybody else has that free will to choose yes or no. It doesn't mean that they have to have that contract. People break contracts constantly. Almost everybody I know has broken their contract with me. Clover, clarifying the magician sword, which is the magician. You got lucky, Clover, happy coincidence, unexpected rendezvous. Maybe you guys are running into this person. Are you guys gonna um, reach out to? You want to reach out to them? This is actually good fortune. This a reward, flirt, short lived. Okay. I feel like maybe this is something that you want to reconnect to, but it's not going to be something that you reconnect to. It's going to be almost like the beginning of domino effect, because you got here flow, you got A house, home, belongings, root, comfort, safety. Yeah, family, starting new family traditions, framework, structure, build. You're having to build new boundaries. You're having to build a new foundation, with a different understanding. It's almost like you're a construction worker, and you've always done your foundations a certain way, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, there was this much better way, and I didn't even know, and I was doing it this way, thinking it was the best way, and then I don't know anything about building a house. Um, but you're very focused. This is where you're going into. You're going to be very more focused. You're trying to get more information, or you're trying to clarify something. You're trying to clarify important details. And if this is about a person, maybe you're trying to clarify to see if they're single. You're going to be doing research, documents, examine the fine prints, larger than life. I mean, if this does go well for you, it's going to be an absolutely amazing and a different experience. But it does have sight, sudden unexpected accident, cut, release, harvest, liberate, shock, ripping off the band-aid, surprise, or reckoning. Um, with ripping off the band-aid here, I feel like this is something that um, there's still something you're holding on to, or someone you're holding on to, and there's a need to rip off the band-aid, or ripping off the band-aid. And there's a reckoning coming in, because with the scythe here, it's giving death, the death card. Um, Release, harvest. Anything you've been building in somewhere else, you keep returning to, there's a need to liberate. You're gonna shock yourself. This is something you're gonna do like really quickly. But you're gonna find a solution to this somehow. You're gonna find freedom from this. But I think you're allowing this to guide you forward. Um, yeah, this is giving a love interest, walking boots, journey, adventure. Yeah, walking away from things that were holding you back from the past. But there's a ending here that has to take place, and an ending doesn't mean like you have to end things with whatever this is guiding you. This could be the ending of a karmic cycle. This could be the ending of not speaking. This could be the ending of certain bad habits, beliefs. This could even be the ending of you dealing with people like in and out with certain people, right? So there's things that need to be let go here, and I feel like you're gonna forward focus on the things that you're trying to manifest. Percy, can you move? All right, let me get you guys some guidance card, and then we're gonna leave it here. Percy. Okay. All right. All right. Dude. Whatever. Purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answers to your question. Yeah. And then moon energy. There's something about your moon energy, your moon sign. There's some kind of connection to your moon sign and this other situation or person, whatever this is. Yeah. Okay. Virgos, I'm sorry my energy was a little bit yuck, but I hope this helped, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.